Hello, everyone. Um, I was driving to take my husband something to work at work, and was listening to Lori Ladd, and all of a sudden, the entire trip, my ego is going nuts, and um, our ego is there to protect us and to guard us. Um, most of our lives, our ego has been completely in control. And when you start to awaken and bring in these other aspects of you, your ego's role becomes a bit more diminished. And usually I know I'm on the right track when my ego comes out and I start to become uncomfortable. And my ego was topsy-turvy over my meditation video this morning. I just like, oh my gosh, you're such a fraud. What are you doing? Why are you putting yourself out here like this? Women were burned at the stake for the, like, I was full on panic, ego just going nuts. And I literally was like, okay, I see you. I see you need to get this out. That's okay. Um, this is, I appreciate everything you're saying, but we're doing this. But I appreciate you loving me, protecting me, trying to guide me. And it really made me have pause for, there's so many of us when we are getting started into this ascension, awakening, finding yourself, whatever you want to call it, and you're pulling in these different aspects of you, and you may be pulling in ancestors and guides, and they're talking to you, and oh my gosh, it's uncomfortable. And even right now, my ego is going, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are we even talking about this? We're talking about this because this is important. And yes, I'm being raw and vulnerable, and that's scary. Even right now in this now moment, that's a little bit scary, or a lot scary. Depends on who you're asking right now. If you ask my ego's going, wonk, wonk, wonk. My higher self's going, yes, yes. And then there's also times that it's really very quiet, and you go, where is everybody? What's going on? What is this? Why am I not hearing more? Why, what's going on? Why am I so alone? I see other people doing this and that, and why isn't that part of it too? And our ego reacts in that way. And a lot of times I look at my ego as a partner. And actually, when I hear my ego is very clearly here in my head now. And generally, it's not as loud as it used to be. And I can really pinpoint that's my ego. It's trying to protect me, it's trying to guide me based on what it knows from this lifetime. Its job is to keep me safe. And my ego loves me, right? Just like my higher self loves me, just like my guides love me, just like my ancestors love me. It's this aspect of me. And it has a role and a purpose that is important. Um, but there's also times where I have to go, I see you, I hear you. This isn't a time that we need to be concerned about that. I'm not going to be drug out of my house, burned at the stake. I'm not going to be, pulled out of my home and taken to a lion's den to, be fed to the lions for my beliefs. We're not in that place in time. And I know you are trying so hard to protect me in this lifetime, but it's not necessary to protect me like this. And especially when other aspects of me, everything resonates, there's synchronizations that are guiding me and helping me on my path. It lets me know the ego is there, but I'm not my ego. I'm not just those other aspects of me either. I am this separate being that gets to listen and include all of these beautiful aspects of me into my now moments. And the ego is just one of them. And it was almost comical, and I could not wait to get home to make this video. Because if you can imagine just a small child standing up on a chair and just being like, attention, attention, what are we doing? This isn't right, and everything. And I really just honored myself in that aspect of me and said, get it all out. And even now, this video is part of that. Get it all out. It's scary and is a huge vulnerability to make these videos, but it's something that I feel very called to do when it's a meditation. I just kind of knew this morning that it was going to be a meditation day. There's a lot of times I click on a video and I don't know what I'm going to do or say. And today I didn't even have any inclinations on the meditation. And that's different from other people that I watch or listen to. Some of them seem like they go into, a different process. And I think that's probably, this is where it comes back to not comparing ourselves to other people because, and their journey and where they're at, because if I compare myself to someone who is single, who doesn't have kids, that has more time, or, more free single time, I'm going to come up failing every single time that there would be, because my little moments of alone time are small snippets in comparison. I don't have these, hour-long moments where I can sit and be with myself and then have another hour-long time to spend on a video. I mean, that sounds amazing and I wish I could, but that's just not where I'm at right now. I can't compare myself to somebody that is operating like that. And even another parent, they may parent different than me. They may parent exactly like me, and they just may be better organized. I have some friends that have ADHD, and boy, I just go, how do you do it all? How do you do it all? And other people look at ADHD as this deficiency or defect, and I'm like, oh my God, my friends with ADHD are have superpowers. They can get so much stuff done, and they're organized, but it's organized in a different way. And so I can't compare myself to anyone. I can't compare myself to anyone on this journey. I can only compete with me. It's me versus me. And I can look at the different aspects of me and be like, And I could be saying to my ego, shut up, sit down, oh my gosh. But that part of me needs to be heard. There's some part of me that is scared and fearful of putting myself out there. And why wouldn't I honor that and listen to that? Why not get it all out? It's okay. And the other aspects of me understand that. And that's a big different place than even probably 6 months ago, a year ago, where I'd be like, okay, ego, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Don't need you, don't need you. I think I need that aspect of me, actually. Does it serve me well all the time? No. But part of my growth process is learning to utilize that aspect of me. I think on this journey and our now moments, there's no reason for me to be fearful driving in my car, taking my husband something while he was at work. There's just not. Nobody was coming after me with pitchforks and torches and, or anything like that. But for whatever reason, I felt very vulnerable after that last video. And I could push it off to the side and be like, nope, I'm not dealing with that. I could try to change it into something else. But instead, I just let it be. I let it all come out of me. Every fear and insecurity and, whatever it is. And then when it's all out, and it didn't last that long, I'm like, okay, we're okay now. And I think we can do that with different other moments and aspects that come up. You need to honor the moment you're in. If you're feeling fear, anger, frustration, sadness, feel those emotions and process them. Whatever aspect of you is having them. Lori Ladd had a video the other day, and I'm sorry, I can't remember if it was in her Patreon community or something I was watching on Facebook. And she was talking about sitting at a dinner table with all of her personalities and components and aspects. And, if you're feeling anxiety, let anxiety stand up and have the table. We don't need to put anxiety at the kids' table. Instead, we need to love and embrace and hold anxiety, because that's what we're feeling in that moment. And then it passes, and then some other emotion or experience or feeling or whatever it is steps up and takes center stage at the table. And then we all the aspects of us, watch it and enjoy it too. And I think that's really key. I don't want to change any feeling or aspect of me. I want it all to grow with me. So I'm really happy about today and this moment, and working through that fear and anxiety with my ego to come to a moment now where it's past, it's okay. If it pops up again, then I'll let it pop up again, and I'll feel it some more and say, what more do we need to process here? What else is going on? I think we all have moments of fear and vulnerability, especially if we're doing stuff that's new age or out there, or I don't know, whatever term you want to use. I don't consider myself a witch or psychic or, like that stuff. I'm like, ooh, I don't know what that is. That's not me, but maybe it is me. And so I'm just me. But when we're getting into that kind of expansion and growth, it can be scary because I don't think anybody talks about it enough. Nobody says, I'm feeling slightly crazy because I have all these different aspects of me. It's really beautiful, and it's frustrating and hard, and it's vulnerable. And if you hear about other people having all of these different aspects and you're not having them, you're not there yet for whatever reason, or you were there and now it's gone, or whatever. And you're like, what the hell's wrong with me? Where did it go? When's it coming? It just comes back to being here and now in this moment and feeling everything that you're experiencing in this moment until the next thing comes along. And that's obviously easier said than done. So I don't know. I hope that resonates for somebody. I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe this was all more for me, but usually if it's for me, it's going to be for somebody else too. So I feel a lot better. Hope you guys have a great day.